Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today, I want to speak about this kind of split mind that we all have. What is the purpose of psychology? Integration. But internally, we feel split. We feel a conflict. We feel a tug of war of heart and mind. There's no synergy happening between gut, balls if you're a man, ovaries if you're a woman, gut, heart, mind. All of these four, there's usually not an alignment happening. There's a misalignment. Your heart says one thing, your mind is arguing with it. It's saying, no, that might not be the right thing to do. Are you being logical about the situation? Are you being logical? Okay. And then you're being very logical. You're like, yeah, I can do this. My heart is going, it's sort of like shaking, right? It's like sort of this volcanic eruption waiting to happen with your heart. Or maybe you've been heartbroken so many times, just over and over again by life, that you put up a bunch of heart walls. And maybe they're different materials. Maybe one is metallic, one is wooden, right? One is made of adamantium from like Wolverine's claws material, and the other one might be made of feathers. But you still have a bunch of heart walls. Man, this construction is unbelievable, guys. Okay? So I'm gonna need you guys to actually be able to push through with all this noise happening and still listen to the message of this video. If you could do that till the end, I'm super grateful for you guys, okay? Like super grateful for you guys, because this thing, it can drive anyone absolutely like mental ward mental, okay? Anyway, so what I was coming back to is we have this split mind, right? This kind of mind that oftentimes it can even be like trying to make a decision. It's like, do I want point A or do I want point B? Well, have you considered combining the approaches? It's like, do I want pizza or do I want sushi? Why not a little bit of both? Why not have a slice of pizza and like a couple sushi bits, right? Now, some people might be like, oh, that's overdoing it. Why would I combine those two? They don't go well with each other. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about understanding that both of those things is from the frequency that you're coming from. You get what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you start thinking about like, let's use this freaking example, right? Like this noise. So let's take that as a standard, as a standpoint, right? I could be like, yo, tone it down or whatever, like knock on the door, right? And be like, tone it down. That's one way of looking at it. That's from a frequency of going into it. You're going into what is happening, right? One could be, let's fight. One is flight, right? One is just run away from it, not do anything, just be in the background, right? And then it gets worse, right? It gets even worse. So the thing is, you want to maintain either that, or then there's one which is like freeze. I don't know what to do. Right? I'm just like coping with it, but then am I taking action? Am I not? So oftentimes when we get into split mind, we're in that freeze mode. Freeze. Hands where I can see them. Okay, so we're in that freeze mode. Oftentimes, and I learned this from a very important practitioner. Okay, I did this program called Spiral. If you guys don't know about it, it's basically energetic clearing. Okay, using kinesiology, the chakra system, all this kind of stuff, and it's very useful. And Catherine Rollins taught me this technique. Okay, so basically, what you do is you get into a little ball like child's pose, right? You get into a little ball and you squeeze all your muscles and you hold your breath. And you hold it for as long as you can, and when you exhale, you just change complete 180, right? Just do the complete opposite of that and just let go all at once and unclench everything. Like completely let go, relax. That will get you out of panic freeze mode, all right? So what I was talking about earlier about like the frequency that you're coming from, right? One is going in, one is going away, and one is just where it is, right? Understand that if you have a role model or someone you're inspired by, like ask yourself, how would they handle the problem that you're currently dealing with? How would they handle it? Maybe they wouldn't even deal with what's going on. They'd just be like, nah, right? They'd avoid it altogether. Maybe some of them might go into it. Maybe so. So take that frequency and then look at another character that you really look towards. Maybe it could be a cartoon character, a mythical character, a teacher you looked up to growing up, whatever it is, you choose, right? And I have techniques like this in my new book, by the way, TPM, just throwing it out there. Okay, this is not a sales pitch. I'm just telling you because, it relates to the method that I've created, which has taken me like 4 years, really long time. Basically, now that you have those two characters, understand that there might be different characteristics, personality quirks, idiosyncrasies that they have, but ultimately you're coming from a similar kind of frequency for both of them. Okay? So once you understand that, it's like, hey, yeah, MacGyver might have handled it like this, but Sherlock also handled it in a similar way in this one instance. So what you're doing is you're getting very contemplative, right? Contemplation is even greater than prayer at times, according to the Bhagavad Gita, okay? Listen, you gotta contemplate sometimes, like get into that deep thought. Oftentimes we think we are thinking, but we are not thinking that we are thinking. So once you really understand, hey, these guys, this is a detective frequency, right? One might be much more analytical approach, one might go into the mind palace approach of the memory, understanding that, hey, they're both the same frequency. So I'll give you another example, okay? For women watching and men watching. Let's use the first male example, okay? The male example is, on one side you have this domineering tyrant, fake alpha male guy, right? Who's just pushing and just crushing everything in the path, and you're like doing lunges and like CrossFit and like punching people in the face and like right? Extreme. Okay? Tyrant. Dominate. Okay, that guy. That guy. Now you take the extreme other example of like, Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Right, desert walks, like hair all the way down to his belly, like just like peace and love, man. I'm a wildflower here from the earth. I'm just here to merge into the planet, bro. I'm just here to merge into the planet. Right, that guy. Maybe he's a bit more sensitive. He listens to women, right? He has a sensitive soul. He has a very compassionate attitude. And he melts into everything that he says, man. Okay, that guy. Take these two extreme opposites, right? Military drill sergeant, hippie, bohemian dude. Okay? So you want to come from a combination of both, right? And I've mentioned this in another video, but really, honestly, you've got to be like a little bit of badass military energy with a little bit of that hippie energy and come from a modern masculinity standpoint. You become a warrior magician, right? You're combining both of those elements, those different dimensions, and coming from this unique element of both of those guys. So, hey, I know I can sort of step into both when I need to. Let's say I need to protect my family or like my future partner or whatever. In a certain situation, it's like, I'm ready to go. Some guy comes in with a parking lot with a knife, right? I'm like, whoa, my fight or flight kicks in. I might run, I might protect, whatever, but I'm still there. I'm ready to go, right? I'm activated. That's one side of me. Another side of me is still that chill guy, like, kumbaya, my lord, right? That guy. That guy's still there, and I'm able to listen, be intuitive, right? Tap into my feminine side and my feminine nature and understand and be loving. And if I do have kids, I can have her sleep there and at the same time tell her goofy little stories about how the little parrot came in and ate the baby carrot, right? All this kind of stuff. But then when it's time to go, when it's go time and it's like my work or like my coaching business is calling me, it's like, boom, it's go time, right? So having that combination of both approach will really help you with your split mind decision making. And what I would say with decision making is practice making tiny decisions, right? Small ones. It's like, get yourself a glass of water. I said I was going to do it, I did it. Go to the gym. I said I was going to do it, I did it. Tick, 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 right? So say you're going to do a little tiny thing, and then doing it, showing up, irregardless of what your mental chatter says, is going to get you decisive. It's going to get you decisive, meaning your identity is of a decisive person. The most successful people that I've known are super fast at deciding things. They don't wait like 4 days, 5 days, just waiting, ample time, I got all the time, not important, just life, it's just pointless anyway, Look, no. Let's not even go there. Let's not even dive into that energy right now. When I'm talking about decisiveness, when I mention that word, it's like, boom! Okay? Spartan Buddha. Okay? And if you're a woman listening, take like the crazy Cardi B bombshell entrepreneurial, like, boss woman going for it, masculine energy, shutting people down, like snapping their fingers, twerking on everything, like working, like that intense male energy, right? Woman? Just like, no, you didn't listen to what I said, right? That woman, right? And then you have the passive Martha, good girl, like, spends nights reading and just being melting into the oneness of the imagination and feminine radiance of the moment. It's the same idea, right? From the Kumbaya guy and Tyrant guy, right? It's the same two frequencies, but from a feminine standpoint. Listen, I don't even mind if you're trans listening to this or LGBTQ in any way listening to this. It's still a same frequency, right? You could still be a man in that and truly feel like you have a woman's essence and energy, right? And vice versa. So the thing is, it's like, it doesn't even matter the labels we put on this thing. It is a frequency, okay? So once you have that split, understand that split, and where can you come in between? It's like, where can I find the middle point? Because there is a middle point there, and that middle point is beautiful. Now, I'm not saying for everybody to become like androgynous and like, always come from this middle point and coming back to this core. You can have much more of a, I don't know what the word is, maybe just a lot more potent energy. Like, let's say you're a man and you have a lot more potent masculine energy, but then you have a little bit of like integrated feminine within him so that he can deal. And who gets to decide what masculine and feminine means anyway, okay? All right? It's mainly us, right? It's culture that gets to decide. So again, you are part of culture. Don't be like, hey, it's just me and then there's culture over there, okay? So again, this is a helpful technique when it comes to the split brain, is just understanding like, look, there can be a combination approach and you can choose the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds, right? You can choose the best of both worlds. And when you can come from that angle, it's a majestic shift. It really is. Because once you can come from that, both points of view, POVs, then you can have your unique POV coming in stronger from this point forward, all right? So this was my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary.